Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is the Ripper Danny B, and welcome to Ladies Night here on CWR Asylum, coming to you tonight from Sydney, Australia. We are well on the road to Immortality tonight. In fact, for the ladies, this is the final time they will be appearing before Immortality. And ladies and gentlemen, can you please welcome the director of the women's division in CWR, Stephanie McMahon. I don't know what that was. Stephanie McMahon is here tonight, and if she's making an appearance tonight, well, I mean, you know it's big times, baby. We know it's big times because of what's coming up, but if Stephanie is live in person, there's a reason. So let's let her speak and see what she has to say. Interesting, certainly. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the boss, Sasha Banks. What's Banks doing out here? I mean, I'm assuming it's in response to the statement we just heard from Stephanie, but I mean, the last thing you want to do is come out here and annoy Stephanie, so there must be a reason for Sasha to be out here. Banks is certainly making her way down. She's not making any qualms about it. Anyway, let's focus on Stephanie McMahon. What she just said, the Triple S Championship will be making its return at CWR Immortality 2. Sasha Banks has something to say about it by the looks of things. Well, Sasha... Oh dear. Well, Sasha Banks ran her mouth and said... Well, Ben said essentially, I'm going to win that match and I'm going to win that championship. And Stephanie said that's fine. But don't forget, you've got a match right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing on the way to the ring from Melbourne, Australia. She is the South Pacific Wonder Woman, Emma. You can hear the raucous reception for Emma here in her home country of Australia. Well, you might be a fair while away from Melbourne, but over here it's basically the distance between two towns. Emma, ready for action tonight, ready for action next week when she takes on Alexa Bliss. Warming up again. Emma has looked damn near unstoppable in the past couple of weeks. Tonight, Sasha Banks looks to capitalise on some momentum though and put herself as the forerunner to win the Triple S Championship. Match is underway. Sasha goes right in and lured into almost what seems like a trap from Emma. Confident as Emma ever is Emma. The South Pacific Wonder Woman going right to work there, up and over. Goes for the big clothesline, misses it. Sasha Banks, though, for some reason doesn't see the return coming and gets clobbered. Big elbow by Sasha. And a big neck breaker now. Sasha Banks trying to capitalize, trying to take advantage of this momentum. Emma, though, has a counter for it, and Emma keeps fighting back now. I'd say at this point there's a lot more on the line momentum-wise for Emma than there is Sasha, but the boss would say differently. After all, to win the Triple S Championship, Sasha's going to have to go through 6 other women, whereas Emma only has to go through 1 to win the Patriot. As daft as that sounds, it's very true. The match continues on now, and looks like Emma getting the jawbreaker out there to gain the advantage, but Sasha Banks fighting back. Sasha now goes over, hits the back drop, well, the back suplex, should I say, I should call that right, and we do have a cover now. Sasha Banks got 1. Emma kicks out quite handily there without too much trouble. Sasha continuing on the pressure, and this could be a big win for Sasha Banks. We haven't seen Sasha really since we returned. As I say, she's a former tag team champion in her own right. Sasha Banks, she's definitely held her own throughout the years, but this past year has not been great for Sasha. She's fallen at a lot of hurdles, so getting right back on top of that pack could be good for the boss. Emma, though, like I said, as she came out, has been damn near unstoppable as of late. Ever since Alexa Bliss cheated her way to the Patriot Championship, Emma has been on the warpath and has been an absolute monster. Emma, you see there, that drop kick, that missile drop kick to the face. You can't even really call that a missile because it was just a straight front kick. She went for the cover. Sasha was able to kick out with ease, but Emma continuing on the pressure now, not allowing the boss to get the momentum going here. We've got Emma now taking it to Sasha, wrenching on that neck, trying to slow down the boss. I'd definitely give the speed element in this matchup to Sasha. Technically speaking, I'd say Emma is the more technical wrestler, but that is certainly open to interpretation. Finals carry takeover, puts the boss back in control of this one. Tries to follow it up with a strike. Emma turns the momentum around. You see that hip toss there. Emma says, I'm the real deal. And quite frankly, I'm inclined to believe her. Emma gets her up. Emma Noku driver. 1, 2. Sasha kicks out with authority there. But Emma is not done. Up to the top rope goes Emma. Is she calling for Sasha to get to her feet? It looks like she is. Could she be going for that crossbody? That's won her many a match in the past. There's a, nope, a drop kick again. But it's a beautiful one, right from the top rope. Absolutely took Sasha's head off. There's 1. Sasha Banks still able to kick out, but Emma has control of this matchup, and this crowd are on fire for these ladies here this evening. This crowd are giving it everything. Sasha Banks trying to fight back now, and Sasha could pull something out of the bag here. Turns it around. Bankrupt. We got the cover. We've got 1. And Emma, look at that, after being hit with such a devastating move, manages to kick out just after a 1 count, but Sasha isn't done. She's going to go for the back statement, but Emma had it scouted. Emma saw it coming, was able to turn it around, and now Emma fighting back. Into the corner goes Sasha Banks. Elbow, elbow, 3 of them, 4. Sasha reeling. You can see Sasha Banks there just kind of collapse out of the corner after having her bell rung by Emma. Big splash by the South Pacific Wonder Woman. Into the corner again, and a running step up. Was that an enziguri or a drop kick? I didn't quite see. Either way, it was certainly effective. Sasha went down, and for the second time, there's the driver. Emma quickly into the cover, positions herself as 1, 2, 3. The boss fought valiantly, but it was Emma's match to win. Take a look back here. Sasha almost had it a couple of times, but Emma just wouldn't stay down. See the first Eminoku driver there, wasn't able to get the job done, but Emma kept up the pressure, and eventually after a series of heavy strikes out the corners, Emma hits the second, and Sasha has no answer. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this matchup, the South Pacific Wonder Woman, Emma! Hell of a fight there for the Golden Coast Goddess. There we have it, the official graphic there. The Triple S Championship Battle Royal. The winner will immediately face Carmella. Immortality 2 shapes up once again. Of course, Emma taking on Alexa Bliss. Patriot Championship on the line. Who will walk away with the pride of their country and the pride of the ring? Will it be the Goddess or the South Pacific Wonder Woman? We move on. Keep this waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on their way to the ring the CWR Women's Tag Team Champions, Bayley and Becky Lynch. Lynch slides into the ring. Bayley out there too. These women looking for opponents. These women looking for challengers. On their last Asylum, we saw Becky Lynch lay out the challenge after Bayley was able to pin Io Shirai. They told Shirai to find a partner, and they will take on those two. You know what I'm saying. Immortality. Big match. Becky speaks. So who's it going to be? She's found a partner. I know that music. Hang on a minute. It's... Oh my god, it's Toni Storm! Is this who Io Shirai has chosen? The Wild Child, Toni Storm, is here in CWR. And it certainly looks that way. There's Shirai in the background. Toni Storm is here in CWR. Storm has answered the calls and will be Io Shirai's opponent partner even. That's got to be the only reason Shirai and Storm are here right now. I mean, it would be a bit of a dick move to come out if you weren't the chosen one. Well, Storm is going to speak, so let's find out. Storm laid it out there. I'm taking up the challenge, and we're taking those belts. Io Shirai and Toni Storm take up the team of Baybex for the CWR Women's Tag Team Championship in a week's time at Immortality. What a team that is. Those two, of course, Toni is a frequent member of the Stardom roster, and that is where Io Shirai really made her name in Japan as well. So they know each other very well. We've got to move on to some more action here though, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it going. Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Columbus, Ohio, she is the CWR Women's Patriot Champion, Alexa Bliss. A lot of respect for Bliss, but the crowd not necessarily Bliss's favourite right here, because the Australian crowd obviously showing support for their girl Emma ahead of their clash at Immortality. The American Alexa Bliss not quite as welcome here in Sydney as some others. Emma certainly a favourite around here apparently. That's pride, and that's the reason the Patriot Championship was created. To not be the champion of a nation, but your nation. Her tag team partner this evening from San Diego, California. She is the force of greatness, Nia Jax. Now Nia Jax is definitely looking to get back in the winning books. The last time we saw Nia Jax, she was tapping out to the Asuka lock. That's nothing to be ashamed of. There's humility to be had in losing to Asuka. But Nia is not happy that she's showing that loss. Nia, a former Patriot champion in her own right, would like to get to the back top of the table once again, would like to start claiming championships. And we're seeing a lot of frequent teaming here between Nia and Alexa Bliss. Maybe the two of them could make a run at tag team titles eventually. After all, Alexa Bliss is a former tag team champion on her own right, but Nia Jax is one hell of a tag team partner. Big loss for these two last time. Let's see if they can pull it back this time. Their opponents first from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair. Speaking of former Patriot champions, here is Charlotte as well. Charlotte and Nia Jax going to war at the tail end of last year. Once again, they find themselves on opposite sides of the ring. One thing that has changed is the perception of these women amongst the crowd. Back when these two were warring, Nia was a fan favorite, and Charlotte was being booed out of every building she was in. Now perception has changed, and the crowd's emotions towards these women have gone with them. Ladies and gentlemen, she was the woman of the hour at the top of the show. From Staten Island, she is Fabulous, yes, Carmella. And what's going on down there? Look at that. Charlotte being blindsided there by Alexa Bliss while Carmella was making her entrance. Charlotte was just kind of hanging out at ringside, as you do, kind of giving Carmella the spotlight to get into the ring. And Alexa Bliss took advantage of that. And what a move there. That, I got to admit, is clever. Not necessarily kosher, shall I say, but clever. Nia Jax now does officially need to get out of the ring though, otherwise they could get disqualified. There it is, Carmella up on the apron. This match has officially begun, and Alexa Bliss is taking it to the Queen. What happens when a goddess meets a queen? Well, apparently the goddess kicks and backside. Charlotte, though, is never going to take it lying down. We all know this. She's a Flair after all. Charlotte continues to drive the knees into the back of Alexa Bliss. I would say the smaller the back, but, you know, Alexa. But the Patriot champion is not going to be denied here. Carmella seems to be having a bit of a furious flurry on the outside there. Charlotte with the neck breaker. The crowd taking in the Queen right now. Charlotte loving every second of it. She may be a fan favorite, but she still loves the attention as she always did. Look at Charlotte there. Spear. 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 Alexa got to her feet and Charlotte turned around, dropped the spear. There's 1, 2. Nearly got the 3 there. Nia Jax breaks it up. That would have been something for Charlotte to steal a win over the Patriot champion that quickly. Of course, the match is set in stone for Immortality, but a win over the champion would certainly put you in line for a future title shot. Charlotte there bridges out the figure 8. Alexa is in trouble. Alexa Bliss in serious trouble at this point. If Alexa taps out, it's game over. Charlotte applying as much pressure as possible. Alexa doing everything in her power, just manages to remove the foot, relieve the pressure just enough before Charlotte down onto her back and make sure that Alexa had a chance to get out. Now Alexa is going to do everything in her power to get out. She is. There's the tag to Nia Jax, and this could turn things around. Alexa's taken a lot of punishment early on, but Nia is fresh as a daisy right now. And a big clothesline there from the Force of Greatness. Now Charlotte finds herself in trouble. She's gone from winning the match 5 seconds ago to now being in so much trouble she could lose. That's the problem when you face Nia Jax. Big elbow there, takes down the Queen. Jax stomps down. What's she got planned here? Going to the legs. That could have been a mistake. Charlotte has those long, powerful legs. All those years as a gymnast coming in handy as she now tries to take a breather, tagging in the former Triple S champion Carmella. Now Charlotte and Carmella have had their issues, certainly. They seem to be working very, very well this evening. Bigger goal at hand. Carmella, how you doing? Riling up the crowd. Now Carmella, look at this. I mean, the size difference between these two women, well, you don't really need to point it out. But Carmella is giving it some. Nia Jax finds herself thrown against the ropes, and Carmella using those legs. Shotgun drop kick right to the chin, takes down Nia Jax. Nia turns it back around. And up into the Samoan drop, baby. That is bad news for Carmella. And the complexion of this matchup has just changed completely. But Carmella not going to allow that to happen. It's the Drawbaker down into the Code of Silence. Could this be it? But Nia Jax, the height of Nia Jax there, proving to be the difference maker. But you see Alexa Bliss just absolute outright clock the referee, and I don't think, because of how quickly it happened and his focus on the submission move, I don't think the ref saw it coming. Alexa taking full advantage of the fact the referee is down and out, throwing Carmella from the middle rope with a German suplex halfway across the ring. Yeah, the referee isn't disqualifying, so I'm going to assume he was completely blindsided. That was a straight out attack there by Alexa Bliss, there's no question about it. Big right hand there by Nia. And another one. And another one. Nia Jax in control. Up goes Carmella. And again the Samoan drop crushes the Princess of Staten Island. Big elbow from Nia Jax. Every move has meaning. Every point is worth making. Nia Jax has her up. And look at that spine buster. Carmella crashing down onto her neck. Nia, what's she got planned now? Is she going to finish it with the leg drop? Yes, she is. Right across the throat. We have a cover. Alexa tries to enter the ring. I don't know why she's doing that. The cover now in effect. Nia has the cover in play. 1, 2, 3. You see the fact that Charlotte did not move at the end there. That's the Queen for you, preserving herself. Some great tag team action. Like I say, Carmella and Charlotte not really used to working together, but they'll make it work when they have to. See there's the spears, a slightly different angle that we didn't see at first while we were out looking out at the crowd. Charlotte was doing really, really well. I got to admit, she was definitely on the way. I mean, this could have pretty much done it if Nia hadn't been as quick as she had. You saw there, she broke up the pin. Nia and Alexa, from that point outwards, though, were in control, and there was no stopping them. Carmella had a flurry or two, certainly. Such as moments like this, with the Jawbreaker connected, and Carmella's instantaneous reaction was the Code of Silence. But at the end of the day, when that woman drops that leg, your night is over, and that is exactly what happened here. You see Alexa Bliss there, a little premature, and now, no, of course, I don't know why I said why I wondered she was getting in there. Of course, she was getting in there to stop Charlotte from breaking up the pin, but turns out, as we see here, when the referee's attention finally snaps back to where it should be, Alexa drops down, but no movement from Charlotte whatsoever. Carmella forced to take the pin, and that is not what Carmella needs leading into Immortality. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, the Patriot Champion Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. Tag team work playing dividends this time for these two, avenging that loss in the 4. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a look at the women's division's main event. 3 stages of hell. There's going to be a street fight, a tables match, and if necessary, a hell in the cell. The war will end at Immortality. The reason we bring that up? Well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on our way to the ring, the #1 contender for the CWR Women's World Championship, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. As she makes her way to the ring, she looks round at this crowd. This will be the last time Asuka sees the CWR audience before she steps in to the 3 stages of hell. A war that began last November will be ended next week. Asuka staring out, intimidating as ever, is the Empress. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to step in there with her. Asuka is here tonight to address the Women's World Championship match. At least she's supposed to be. Didn't let Asuka have the limelight for too long, could she? Ladies and gentlemen, your CWR Women's World Champion, the Benet Princess, Legend Jezzy. The most prolific champion, the most prolific superstar in history. You see some tables set up at the ringside here. I'm guessing Asuka was going to obviously address the 3 stages of hell. And look at this now. Asuka was out here to address the match. Legend Jezzy's come out here and started a brawl, but Asuka took advantage of it. And the Empress, I mean, for God's sakes, she's in heels. This war now is just so personal and it's so deep. It started out as a professional rivalry, and it's turned into so much more. Asuka wants to finally end this war. Sorry, we had a bit of a glitch there. What happened there? Never mind. Regardless, back to the action. Turns out Asuka's got a table in hand. She throws it in. I don't know what happened there. I'm so sorry about that. And look at that. Just using the table to her advantage, and during all 3 portions of the 3 stages of hell match, tables, weapons will be legal. But of course, in one particular match, the table will be slightly more useful than ever. Legend Jezzy now sends her off, and look at that. Can you see that, ladies and gentlemen? Legend Jezzy just put Asuka through the table, and that was the statement made. If that happens in the second part of the 3 stages of hell, then it's a guarantee that the Benet Princess is walking away with at least 1 point. But she made the statement here tonight. She made the statement loud and clear to Asuka. She is not going to lay down and lose. And end this historic reign. 1 week, ladies and gentlemen, 1 week. My name has been the Ripper Danny B, and that was Ladies Night CWR Asylum. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time for the final, the men's go home for Immortality. Take care, and as always, you know what to do. Keep it sweet.